Ahoy, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the BBC Spews Live. Huzzah, how are you? It's what? The 5th. I always get confused with the dates out here because the Americans do it back to front, don't they? I don't understand that. It's the only country in the world where they do it month, day, fucking year, isn't it? Where's the logic there, Sadwings? Where's the logic there? Month, day, year. That doesn't even make sense on any level. Does it? Month, day, year. It's just jumbling up for no reason. I don't get it. So anyway, yeah. It's 8/5/2022. 9/11. Why is it called that all around the world? It should be 11/9. Anyway, thanks to everybody for turning up. Alan Billings sent me a £5. Alan, well done. You know what is an unfortunate negative of actually monetizing my YouTube channel? First of all, I only did it thinking they might then show my videos to people, and they haven't. Mark Zuckerberg's got more chance of showing you his cock than he has of showing you my fucking videos. Susan has got more chance of whipping her fucking beef curtains out on the 9 o'clock news than showing anybody my video. So monetizing it didn't work. I've still never had a single penny off YouTube. I think I'm up to about 30 quid, but you're not allowed to get any money off them until it gets to 60. So you get zero money from advertising when you swear a lot. Like zero. I've had nothing. And I'm up to about 30 quid because of the 6 or 7 people that in the last 3 months have sent me money. So anybody who's got a YouTube channel, don't monetize your channel. If you're a normal human and you talk about right-wing talking points and you swear a little bit, don't monetize a YouTube channel. I made way more money when I didn't, because then people used to go, oh yeah, I'll buy him a pint, cheers. Now people think, fucking hell, he's got all them YouTube dollars coming in. Like, I'm tempted, but I mean, I can't do it because I'll end up fucking around for 10 minutes. Next time I go on, I'll show you my YouTube figures. Like, it is shockingly bad. Like, I've literally made nothing. In advertising, maybe a £5, maybe, from being turned on for about fucking 6 months. How long's it been on? About, I bet you I've made less than a £5. Everything that comes up yellow. I've even experimented by not swearing too much. Like, I've tried my best and I've been making videos every now and then where I'm going, in this instance, this annoying person did something woke. Still no, everything I put up is ad restricted. So basically, if Susan's got you on the shit list, it doesn't matter what you say. I could make a video where I just read the fucking dictionary minus the F words. I'll skip out the Fs. In fact, I'll just go the entire F section because all the best words are in the Fs, aren't they? I can't do that one. That'll just get me banned straight away. Not that one either. Fuck it. I can say fuck, fucking, fuck it, fuck you, fucker. Can't do any of the other good ones. Flange. Maybe I can get away with flange. I don't think that's an Americanism, is it? Flange. Put makeup on while ranting and you go at the top of the page. Yeah, it's weird that, isn't it? I've told you that though. I wish I had a minge. The amount of talentless women making a fortune out of Silicon Valley is staggering. Staggering. There's literally fucking hundreds of thousands of them. These birds who just don't know that much but look nice. And because men are fucking idiots. This is what I keep saying. How can you not call Bootneck a feminist? I constantly talk about how men are thick as fuck and women can wrap us around the little fingers with ease. Surely that makes me a feminist. I say basically we're more or less equal at most things mentally, except women are slightly better at multitasking. Men are better at physical things because of biology, and women can manipulate us, and they're better at lying, and they're more devious. So basically, I think birds are better than blokes at everything other than fucking arm wrestling. So weird that, and I'm not a feminist. Apparently I'm not. But fucking Abu Hamza, he's a feminist because he's brown, right? Have you seen the cartoons where there's like some there's some bird going? No, there's a white bloke going, I think women should do as their husband tells them. And I think women should be subservient to men. And they go, oh my God, you're a sexist. And then the guy says, according to Abu Qatada. And they go, oh my God, you're an Islamophobe. It's like, no matter what you do, if you're a pasty, white, blue-eyed, handsome motherfucker like me, you're in the sin bin. Everybody who's got a tan gets promoted. Anybody who's got a set of threepenny bits, a cracking set of threepenny bits, I could at least understand. But even saggy baggy ones, even if you've got nipples like fucking dinner plates, they still promote you when you're a bird. I don't know why. Split arses get treated, well, I do know why. Because in this day and age, women get treated better than men, don't they? Like I've said, anyone who thinks that the world isn't feminist now, try it, right? Go out, stand outside Asda, and then go, and accidentally drop your shopping. If you're a bloke, not only will nobody come and help you, a stray dog will probably come and piss on your fucking bag, right? But if you've got a set of threepenny bits and you drop your shopping bag, everyone will come running over. I'll help, darling. I'll help you. When you're a bloke, you get no fucking help. Everybody thinks you're a cunt. Susan, you are not. So at least I've definitely got over my PTSD. I can say Susan now instead of going just flying into a rage. Kate a pert, I'm sure they are. I'm sure they are, Kate. I'm not making any. Oh, and you've got a nice bit of cleavage showing there. Love it. It's ridiculous. Oh, blue van man took away up the Asda, up the local Asda. I hope up the local. Nobody else is Asda. The local Asda. But it's ridiculous. So if you've got a YouTube channel, don't monetize. It's a terrible idea. If you're a normal human, if you're a left wing arsehole or you've got a set of apps, do it. But when you look like me, no, don't do it. Right, what else have I got? This is what I wanted to talk about. As you know, on a Friday, I just like to talk bollocks, and I try to avoid BBC Spews because it's Friday, isn't it? Trying to get away from the BBC. I want to just have a rest from the insane commie rhetoric and just read things that entertain me. So here is in something that I'm sure will annoy Sadwings. I'm going to once again be forced to make a liberal argument, yeah? An old-fashioned liberal argument, not the insane ones. Look at this story, right? Now, joking aside, let me just try to reach out to the more conservative among you. Because like I said, the bootneck, despite the swearing and basically spending his entire time slagging off the illiberal communists, who've co-opted the word liberal, so it doesn't mean liberal anymore. I mean, they changed the dictionary, don't they? They just fucking, dictionary, we'll tell you what the words mean, son. What about the last 700 years of precedence and the long evolution of the English language? Fuck that. Jizz on the dictionary. I'll tell you what these words mean. So they've killed the word liberal. None of us can use it anymore. Like I said, I think I'm a liberal, but that word's poisonous now because just like in 1984, they controlled the fucking dictionary. They decide what the words mean. So I can't call myself liberal anymore. I'm not, because liberal now means completely insane, illiberal, communist, wokist, lunatic, fruitcake, balmy as a box of frogs, mad cunt. So I can't call myself a liberal anymore. Let's just say old-fashioned. I'm an old-fashioned chap, right? And I want to reach out to those of you that are loving Brittney Griner being in prison for 9 years because you must understand that it's simple politics. It's politic. And they're trying to do this so Brittney Griner can be exchanged for an actual criminal, like the current gun runner, whose names I forget, but basically the one trade Griner for a Russian fucking arms dealer. Sort of like the Taliban do. Again, where because the left are weak and our general public are weak, the Taliban will get like one American woman and they'll capture her, some aid worker, right? And then they'll say, all right, if you want your American aid worker back, you have to release 600 jihadis. And because the West are weak, we go, yeah, that sounds fair. If you were playing Monopoly, it's like the equivalent of you fucking ending up in jail, and instead of paying a £50 fine, you give them every single property you have, all your houses, all your hotels, the entire contents of your bank, and you let the banker shove 2 fingers up your ass, sort of aggressively go to town for 30 seconds. It's not fair. Nobody with half a brain knows it's fair. But like I keep saying, because we are weak and sorely led, and our politicians only care about re-election, that's what always happens. If a fucking foreign military power captures one British serviceman, instead of doing what I do, which is what I told you when I was in Iraq and I phoned home, I said to my dad, here, if the fucking, nearly used a racial slur, if the Romeo hotels, you probably know what I'm talking about. That was the derogatory term we used, but you can't say that anymore. Or apparently that means you want to gas everyone. If the Romeo hotels capture me, Dad, don't embarrass me by going on TV and talking like Ken Bigley. Oh, Tony Blair, why won't you help me? I said, don't embarrass me. It's embarrassing. I've seen these people's parents going on TV. Oh, you've got to help him. Oh my God. I said, if I get captured, fucking go on the telly and go, I couldn't give a shite. Drop a big bastard bomb on the cunts. That'll do me. Don't humiliate me. I was more than happy to fucking see myself get reduced to ash or scattered across the battlefield, as long as the motherfuckers that had me all caught it up. I'd be the last seconds of my life, I'd be loving it. I'd be erect. My corpse would be there and they'd catch it on the drone, and with my last breath, I'd go, and then my combat would go, because I was like tent pegging in my uniform. Because as long as I knew they were obliterating all of the motherfuckers that had captured me and tortured me, I'd be an happy man, right? But as usual, we're pathetic, right? Not everybody's as tough as northern working class men. Yeah, because I knew my dad would do it. I fucking told him. I was like, you better not. You don't embarrass me, you old cunt. And he definitely wouldn't, because he wouldn't want to embarrass himself. My dad would be like, Tony Blair, blast them all a bastard ash, including that hairy little cunt son of mine. Because frankly, he deserves it. If he was thick enough to get captured. Something like that is how that would have went, right? So, because our leaders are pathetic and spineless, whenever they capture someone, that's what they do. They go, we'll give you Brittney Griner back. You send us $80 billion and 20 fucking arms dealers. And Biden will go, yeah, because I don't want to upset anyone. I know that was more Elton John than Joe Biden. Joe Biden just heard the fucking, he's Forrest Gump when he's a pensioner. But, so basically, that's what's going on there. And I'm advocating not trading Brittney Griner for shitloads of money and dozens of American terrorists. But what I am advocating, again, being the centrist, you know this is what I'm going to say. I'm not advocating saying things like, look at the chat on this story. Throw away the key. It's like, that's what you'd expect to see on Parler, right? Throw away the key. But what I'm saying to you is, just because we know that they wouldn't lift a finger to help us, doesn't mean we should laugh and say throw away the key, when really all Brittney Griner's done is being a thick twat. Like, I didn't advocate letting the Borough granny go who peddled loads of heroin in Thailand because she had £1 million worth of smack in a fucking hidden inside a wellies. Why are you taking wellies to a tropical paradise? No reason. Full of skag. Yeah. So, like, I get it. But what Brittney Griner did was totally not drug dealing. And I think any country that wasn't playing a political game would obviously just say, listen, you thick twat. Brittney Griner should be doing 6 months breaking rocks and then come home. Maybe 3. It was like literally some ganja vapes. She didn't have a big amount. It wasn't peddling, right? You know, when you're a kid and you get arrested. Yeah, see, this is what I'm thinking. Maybe she thought she could smuggle in a couple, but what I'm saying is even if she thought that, it was a couple of ganja cigarettes. It wasn't, she didn't have a massive quantity like she was going to sell it. So she's not a dealer. So it should be, you get 6 months breaking rocks and then you come back to America. I don't think we should be saying, ha, 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 I hope she gets life. President Putin, eat the key. That's all I'm saying. I don't think they should let her out scot-free, but it's personal use ganja. Like, the silly cunt should be breaking rocks for 6 months. And I'll tell you what, look at them cannons. Fucking hell. Look at them cannons. I'll tell you what, Brittney could break rocks like a motherfucker. Brittney could just sort of frig herself off for a little bit, get a bit of a wide on going, and then go, and just like snap bricks in half with a clit. Just like, you know, like the android does on Red Dwarf, where he's testing his strength and he like snaps a brick in half over his cock. I think Brittney Griner could do that on her fucking on a boiled leather of a clitoris. But yeah, basically, we shouldn't be laughing about Brittney Griner getting 9 years because I don't think it's fair. And like I said, we always have to be the better people. Everyone who's the old school conservatives in America, they're always Christians. And I like to think they have more moral fiber than the lefties. So even if I'm not a Christian, I can admire the example Jesus set, right? If they slap me on my left cheek or offer them your right, you know, I can't do that. If someone slaps my left cheek, I fucking nut the cunt. I go, well, hang on, is your shoelace untied? Bosh, boot me in the bollocks. That's the type of shit I do. But I can admire that. And I think we should try. So all I'm saying is Big Guns Griner should get 6 months and then come back. And I don't think we should be laughing about it and taking the piss saying, ha ha, eat the key. Because that is a bit fucking, that is harsh, isn't it? 9 years for a bit of a smoke is not. No, what I'm saying is it's a political game. So just because they wouldn't do it for us doesn't mean we should glow. We've got to be better than the left all the time. I keep saying this, and we are better. So we've got to keep being better, right? Like, they won't even talk to us. I've got friends who are very conservative. I've got friends who are very left-wing and liberal. Like, I'll talk to anyone. We're better than them, and we've got to keep being better than them. So don't laugh about 10-year stretch for smoking a bit of Maui Wowie, because I don't think it's right. But as I said, not the end of the fucking world, isn't it? Geezer Bird. I certainly don't think Geezer Bird should be getting traded for a fucking for a full-blown jihadi or a terrorist or what have you. What else have I got? There were some interesting things on Twitter in the last day. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, that's one axe I've got to grind. If you're on Parler, don't use Parler. I've lost my rag with Parler. I made this obvious quip on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube, as long with Parler and Getter when I remember to do it. And Parler, give me a strike. Look at that. That's Parler. Violation. Free speech platform. Are you having a bubble? Free speech platform. Even fucking Zucker twat let this one still. I put, let's go back to the 1970s. Bring back chilblains and police brutality. Because obviously that's what the 70s was famous for in England. You know, it was 70s. My old man, true story. So this must have been early 80s. I think I was about 5. My old man went on a stag do in Newcastle. I know you like it when I go off piece and tell you stories from my youth. And when they were out in Geordieland, the coppers arrested one of his mates for pulling a moonie at them. Because they're all leathered. I don't know why. It might have been a dare. Young lads getting pissed in Newcastle on a stag do. He showed him his ass and went, wait. The coppers came over and arrested him. Put him in the back of the van. So my dad's mate, Timmy, who was a bit of a fucking lunatic, went over and tried to talk to them and say, I promise we'll take him straight home. We won't cause any bother. Like, but he's from Middlesbrough. It'll be a nightmare. We've got a minibus booked at like 2. And can you just let him out? We'll take him back to Borough. The coppers then arrested him for fucking going over and having a word with him, like too harshly. So at that point, it all kicked off. I don't know who was the ringleader. He went over, nutted the copper, opened the back door. Timmy jumped out. Apparently, he got on top of the wagon and said something like, let's have a riot. And then there was this enormous fucking ruckus in the middle of town. I think he went to jail for it. And my dad told me he got like 2 years for a fray. I don't actually know what a fray is, but I know that's what he got done for. And then there was this enormous fucking ruckus in the town. And my dad ended up punching about 5 coppers, right? And then he said he got wrestled to the ground by loads of them and arrested. And he didn't get that badly filled in during the ruck. But when he was in his cell, hours fucking later, this is God's honest truth. My old man wouldn't lie about it. His face was fucked. Hours later, he was asleep in his cell. And 2 of the bobbies that he'd poked a few good ones into, because my dad was quite an anti-bloke, you know. 2 of the coppers that he'd filled in came in his cell while he was getting his head down with the nightsticks and proper battered fuck out of him. And when he came home, I was like 6 or something, and he had like a massive shiner. All the like right side of his face was swollen. His face was pretty fucked up. He had like marks all over his head. And I asked him what happened. And he went, I was just messing around, you know. And so I didn't think too much of it. But he's since told me, years later, the real story. And he got filled in jail, and he told it in the cell, and he told me that that's the way they used to do it. And to be honest, I can sort of see why, because it was admin light, wasn't it? Because then he said, what happened? And this is the story, John Smith. Obviously, you can tell where it's going. The next day, the lawyer, solicitor, however it was, giving him the advice, said, the coppers came in and said, we'll write it all off, let you all go, no charges filed, right? No bother, no fines, but you all have to drop your police brutality charges against us, because obviously you got a fucking good pasting. And obviously my dad and all his mates went, yeah, right, we'll take that deal. And they all fucked off back to Middlesbrough. And that was the end of it. So nobody got a criminal record except Timmy, because he caused a riot, apparently. But the lads who just got filled in, the coppers just said, yeah, I'll tell you what, you drop all of the police brutality charges and we'll drop the assaulting an officer and public fucking drunken disorderly and all the minor shit. So most of them got a plea, and there was only one of them ended up getting properly nicked for it. So that's why they used to do it in the 80s. It was like, it was common sense policing. It's sort of, if you were just a drunk lad having a crack, that give you a bit of a pasting and then save the taxpayers a load of money. You learned your lesson and thought, yeah, I better not be a cunt next time. And the legal system didn't have to spend tens or hundreds of thousands going through all this bollocks. And I'm not saying it's right. Again, I get it. I'm not saying it's right that they used to do that, but there are elements of it that appeal to me. It was quick. It was simple. It saved the taxpayers money, right? My dad's probably happy to take a bit of a pasting than have a criminal record and end up dealing with lawyers and fucking lawsuits and shit. And cheers, Alan. A pack of beers. Nice one. A tenner. The pound's struggling a bit, but that'll definitely get the shit that I'm willing to drink. So cheers. I'll drink warm piss out of a tramp's shoe if it's got alcohol in it. So there you go. Anyway, been rambling again. Point is, if you're on Parler, don't go on Parler anymore. Fuck Parler. I don't know who set up Parler. I've never really looked into it, but there was a time, maybe a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years ago, when there was a sudden backlash against Facebook and Twitter. And Parler was being lauded as the fucking new supreme arbiter of the internet, like the new right-wing, conservative, libertarian, normal person space where we could all go. Parler's not fucking free speech at all. If you can't make a quip about chilblains and police brutality without getting a strike and a violation, when Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube, it was on my YouTube community. I know none of you see that shit because fucking Susan has got me by my plums, but I even put it on my YouTube community and I didn't get a strike there. So that's fucking bollocks, isn't it? I hate YouTube. I do hate YouTube. I've just clicked on there. I'll have a look at my community. How bad's my YouTube community now? I put things up there. Nobody sees it. It was literally like 6 months ago. Although, no, it was more than 6 months ago now when I got totally bent over and rogered senseless by Susan. But I used to get thousands on my YouTube community. The wankers, aren't they? I'm going to just quickly scroll back and see before it went tits up. How long ago was it? Let me have a quick look. It's criminal what they did, the bastards. And, you know, I could be like Douglas Murray. Well, uglier, more crass, definitely less well-spoken, foul-mouthed Douglas Murray, but still, Douglas Murray all the same, if YouTube hadn't fucked me. What a bunch of bastards. It's proper bad now. Well, I've been gimped for longer than I can remember, just going through this. How long then? It's been at least 6 months. I'm literally getting, 28 likes? Like, literally nobody sees my community posts. Back in the day, every single one of them was in. Some of them hit the thousands. All of them hit the hundreds. And, no, totally. Susan just diddled me. She diddled me. She rogered me with a fucking Coke can. I can't believe how bad it is. Still not. How long was that? 7 months ago? Jesus. They're making me work for this, but I just want to prove the point. Rattled slut that she is. Also, the gardeners have started outside It's California. You cannot move for Mexicans with chainsaws in California. Not the cartels. I'm not talking about blokes lopping your nut off with a fucking chainsaw. I'm talking about the gardeners. Right? Obviously, I like the Mexicans. I don't think they're criminal, but they are overwhelmingly, the gardeners in California are overwhelmingly Mexican because they're all middle class assholes, and obviously they want them to do all the work for them. So yeah, that's why. There we go. So I've got to go back 10 months before I was getting any traction on my community posts. What a bunch of bastards! It's so strange how look at that one. That one's not even. That one's actually quite un-PC. Look, let me show you. Hopefully, it doesn't go all the way back to the top when I paste this over. Let's see. Bastard! I knew it would. Bastard. Anyway, I did a very un-PC one about the Taliban, and it got like 1,000 likes. And it was yeah, but then that was 11 months ago. Now I post things, you get like what 30 people see them. Criminal. Susan, you fucking spunk Bowser. And they have a pop at me for taking on Susan. Like, oh, maybe Bootneck. That's why Susan doesn't share your stuff, because you keep calling her a fucking jizz muncher. Well, yeah, because I hate her. I hate her. I'm not going to lie. Isn't honesty the best policy? They always used to say that. Fucking bitch. Polly Walnut attacking the gardeners. Brilliant show. Brilliant show. Heather McGregor, how are you doing? How are you doing? So yeah, that's shit, innit? What else have we got? Let's look for something on Twitter. There's been some funny stuff. I just want to get that in though. Don't go on Parler. Parler's shit. Parler is fucking dog shit. Oh yeah, that was funny. Look at that. Have you seen the bust of Maradona? Here, look at this. You love this. My Instagram. Diego Maradona bust, designed by local artist Rafa Ferry, has been unveiled. Look at that. I can't believe how bad that is. Like, when I seen it, I assumed that the artist was Argentinian and he was just trying to make like an obscure point about fucking Simon Weston, because it looks like Maradona. You know what else I thought? It looks like Maradona if he was like 50-year-old on drugs and he was just on the vinegar strokes whilst masturbating. Does it look like he's going, like he's really tired and his blood pressure's high and he shouldn't be playing with himself. And he's done like 5 lines of Charlie. He's had a few glasses of whiskey and he's pulling himself off at like 3 o'clock in the morning. He's dead tired and he's on the vinegar strokes. That's what I imagine it looks like when a fat, cheating, drug-addled, high blood pressure fucking degenerate like Maradona is pulling himself off at 3 o'clock in the morning. Also, Fatima Whitbread, that's quite good. Definitely. Well, there's loads of good ones. There's loads of good ones. Bruce Lee meets Rocky Balboa. Yeah, definitely. But Maradona, I don't fucking think so. Like he's ready to transition. So that made me laugh today. Yeah, I'm just going around the bazaars now because it's Friday. If you don't, follow Angry Bootneck on Instagram. I mean, typically I forget to go on the bastard. I've only got 44 followers. But yeah, you can if you want. Here, have that. The only good thing about Instagram is the reason why I started going on there is because if you put a post on Instagram, it'll also do it on Twitter at the same time. So it like saves, because me being a bit of a Luddite, when I'm trying to do my BBC Spews promotion, I literally like cut and paste it from the top taskbar and then Control V and stick it on like Parler, Getter, Gab, Facebook, all of them. Like it's very time consuming. So that's why I've got an Instagram. But yeah, you're not going to see my minge, Kate. I'm not showing you I'm not getting the pork sword out on Instagram. I'm not that type. I'm also in my 40s, right? There must be nothing pathetic there's nothing more pathetic than an aging hipster. You don't want to see a 40-year-old man's fucking wrinkly balls on Instagram. So no, that's not what I use it for. It's just to cross-contaminate. So I can only do it on one post, right? Easy. Right, I'll talk to you about one more thing. Fuck yeah. What about this? Did any of you guys see that crash? No, I bet you didn't because you're in Britain, most of you. This crash here, downtown LA, I was like, fuck me backwards. That is, The reason it alarmed me is because I used to drive around there all the time. When me and my missus were living in Pasadena, we used to go driving in LA all the time. Slauson and La Brea is like one of the main streets in downtown Los Angeles. So I've drove on that route fucking loads of times. I'm sure I've been sat at that intersection. But look at this crash here. Like, it's like something out of Too Fast, Too Furious here. Now, it's at this point, if you missed it in normal mode, where are we? Where is it? There, just before that. that Mercedes comes in doing about, what, 90 in a 30 zone? Like, being a libertarian, I'm sort of opposed to speed limits. I'm certainly opposed to them being as high, as low as they are, because I'm mega impatient. I'm not quite as extreme as the Libertarian Party, but I think they should be higher, like 10 mile an hour higher. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, it's as if we don't credit normal people with having any intelligence whatsoever. So I'm sort of against these 25 mile or even 15 mile an hour in England. It's fucking ridiculous. But yeah, Stevie fucking Wonder was driving that. I think in the tweet I put, he's got a heavy foot. But look at that poor bastard. Whoever's in that car there, because obviously you're looking at this black Mercedes that comes in doing about fucking 90 there. Whoever's in that car there, poor bastard, is totally fucked down like that. It just fucking dissolves, look, because it's doing about 90 mile an hour. So yeah, that's mad, isn't it? That is like, slow down, folks. Yeah, don't go through red lights doing 90. This is a public service announcement. Don't drive like Herman Munster, like you're wearing size 14 lead divers boots, or things like that happen and people get set on fire. All right? And obviously, because it was in Los Angeles, you'll notice everybody just drives on by. Yeah, cheers. I was just like, oh, that was weird. See you later. It's like, and in the comments, people were going, oh my God, I can't believe everybody just drove on by. And I was like, fucking LA. It's LA. That guy who drove by there and just drove off in the black car, has probably just been accosted whilst getting in the car, and he's just seen a prostitute having a shit up against a wheelie bin, and he's just seen a homeless man stabbing a nun to death, and he's just seen the Bloods and the Crips firing AK-47s across a fucking intersection because it's Los Angeles and it's ran by a woke left-wing daft cunt who's got the IQ of a fucking sausage roll. So of course they drove by. It's downtown Los Angeles. Of course they drove by. They don't stop for fucking mere car accidents in downtown Los Angeles. It's like bastard Rwanda, except all of the gun-toting black people are trans. Yeah, that's what Los Angeles is like. So please, cut the Americans some slack. If this was in a normal city, you could have a go at them for driving on by. But Los Angeles, you cannot move for maniacs. That George Gascon's the DA. He doesn't prosecute people for fuck off. Yeah, you could be fapping yourself senseless in the tennis courts of an elementary school whilst lowering yourself onto a fucking bottle of shower gel. And George Gascon will go, well, he's just expressing his sexuality. They don't care. It's LA. They've seen way more shocking stuff than that every day. You go for a 5-minute walk in Los Angeles and you will see a bloke in a gimp suit getting fisted by a sailor, right? Just casually while smoking his split. Morning, Father. Priest walking into the church. Fuck me. Morning, Father. Just fucking trying to grab one of my boyfriend's lungs. That's what they do in Los Angeles. So please don't have a go at those poor, pleasant people for merely driving past a conflagration, a fucking deadly car accident at 90 miles an hour. That is the least of their worries. They see shit way worse than that on a daily basis. So leave them alone. Right. I'm going because my wife's bringing me a sarnie in half an hour and I'm starving. And I need to at least do some tidying up or something because the house is a bit of a shithole. And I promised her I'd do some dishes and do a bit of vacuuming because Bootneck has obviously been domesticated, right? When my missus, you should taste the things she makes. When a woman can cook as well as my missus can, I'll do anything for her. I'll vacuum next door as well. I don't care. All right. Thanks for watching, everybody. I will be back on when? Monday? Yeah, Monday. Have a great weekend. Have a drink. Have a laugh. Enjoy your fucking selves. Don't drive like maniacs. And yeah, have a good time. Keep smiling. The world's gone fucking crazy, but we'll keep chuckling all the way until the mullahs nuke us. All right. See you all on Monday. Have a good weekend. Toodle fucking pip. Cheers.